Hey folks, hope you guys are doing well as usual. So I have come down to my local park today with the Insta360 Ace Pro camera, and it is a really windy day down here today. Let me just turn the camera around to show you how much those trees are blowing in the wind there. And 2 days ago I bought the Rode Wireless ME microphone, and so the reason why I've come down is because it's such a windy day here in London. I thought it would be a really good day to test out this microphone, see how well it performs in a windy situation, see how clear the audio is, see if it's better than the internal microphone off the Ace Pro. And I did a small test with it yesterday, but it was nowhere near as windy as it is today. The wind is really kind of whipping past me now. You can see, let me give you a side-on view of these plants here. You can see it's died down a little bit now. If you have a look at these two trees here, you can see how much they're blowing in the wind. So the wind is coming and going, but it is blowing all around the park, especially when you turn into it, like I am now. So I thought it would be interesting to find out if the audio on the Rode ME is a lot better. I won't know until I get back home and actually listen to it. I can see the audio levels on the Ace Pro going up and down. It's got a little bar along the top that tells you how well it's recording audio, and by the look of it, it seems to be recording quite well. It's going from green right into the yellow. I think it would probably go to red, but it's not actually going to red. I've got the gain set to auto on this, so I'm not an expert on microphones myself, but apparently what the gain does is it equalizes out the recording. So if I speak quieter, it will raise the volume, and if I speak louder, it will decrease the volume. The settings on the Ace Pro, I just got it set for normal settings. You can increase the dB up 3 dB and 6 dB, I think, and you can decrease it down to -18 dB. So, but I've just kept it as 0. If I can, you can see, we give you a shot of the sky now. I'm standing directly into the wind now, and you can see this is not really a nice summer's day, is it? It's August, and it was actually raining earlier on before, not heavy, but just spitting. But it's just, you know, overcast day, windy, and it'll probably might even rain tonight, who knows. We'll have to wait and see. But you can see, if I move around the park slowly, you can see how windy it is today. Especially in that corner of the park. Seems to be a lot more windy. It's not quite as windy as I am here, but it's coming and going. So anyway, this was just a quick video. As you know, if you guys watch my channel, I mainly do travel blogging, lifestyle, fashion. I'm not, you know, a tech guy, but I do buy quite a lot of tech stuff, cameras and different things that I need to make my travel blogs. And so sometimes, you know, I obviously like to test it out to see how well it's going to work, because if you spend a lot of money on it and then it doesn't you know, live up to your expectations, you've, you know, just gone and wasted a lot of money, which is what happened with another camera I bought off Amazon, another action camera. Bought a kind of cheap Chinese one, and it was essentially just rubbish. So it was a bit of a waste of money. It just sits in my house now because I didn't bother to return it. But with this with the audio here, I decided to see if I could make it a little bit better. I was actually quite happy with the audio on the Ace Pro, just the internal recording. I went to Miami Beach a couple of weeks ago when I was on holiday in Spain, not the Miami Beach in the US, obviously, and I was on these cliffs and it was really, really windy. And when I was standing there, the wind was just, I was looking out to the sea and the wind was just hitting me in the face, and I could tell the audio was like quite muffled in that. So when I listened to it like later on when I was recording where I was, the audio was like, I almost, couldn't hear myself speak. So it was practically, it was like a waste of time filming that using the Insta360 Ace Pro, it's just the internal microphone. And so that's why I decided to go out and buy, get a new microphone, or get an external microphone to see if it's any better. I was going to buy the DJI Mic 2 because it's got Bluetooth, and apparently, what you can do is you can Bluetooth the microphone directly to the Ace Pro, which saves having like wires and that. But I decided, like after watching quite a lot of videos, that essentially, I would probably get maybe a little bit better audio than the Bluetooth audio. Let me just show you this here quickly. Hello. Okay, so that's the Rode Wireless ME. I've got the Dead Cat on here. Let me just put it back onto my chest. A little bit hard to do this with one hand. Okay. Okay, so I actually just noticed something when I took the microphone off my t-shirt. The microphone that was clipped to my t-shirt that I thought was recording was actually turned off. So what it is this has got a transmitter and receiver, and so it was actually the recording that you were listening to previously before I showed you that microphone was actually being recorded by the receiver. So basically the way I set this microphone up is I set it up so both microphones would record at the same time, but record in a single line of audio, so the audio wasn't split. So what happens is I didn't realize that I hadn't switched on the second microphone. So basically all the audio you were hearing that was coming to you was actually coming from the actual receiver rather than the transmitter. Now the transmitter, I've got this on a small handheld tripod, and the receiver is, I would say, let me just measure it out. The receiver is about 10 to 12 inches, maybe a little bit more from my mouth. So this is quite interesting, and the reason being is if that was actually picking up the audio quite clearly in that wind, that would mean that basically, you don't necessarily need the wireless microphone right below your chin for it to pick up clear audio, because the audio was actually coming off the other wireless mic. So quite an interesting thing there. I didn't realize that. So it's going to be, like I said, I'm not going to be able to, I can't tell how well this is doing until I get home. All I can see is on the back of the Ace Pro, it has a recording level. And like I was speaking about with the gain, I've got both the gains set to auto, and the Ace Pro is just set on its normal setting. So it's going to be interesting now after turning on the other microphone to see whether the audio is any clearer or whether it's any louder, or whether the first microphone, the one that was the actual receiver, was actually able to pick it up and you know, compensate for it not being below my, you know, stuck to my chest. Yeah, so quite cool for that. I will do another microphone test sometime in the future, because I just want to see how well this works for myself. But I'll leave it here, and you guys can decide, you know, how good it is, how bad it is. I'm not going to do any post-production. All I'm going to do is essentially put this on my channel. I'm just going to plug the Ace Pro into my computer, drop and drag the file onto YouTube and just upload it. So if the audio comes out like really bad, you know, everybody will know that maybe the microphone is not for them. If the audio comes out really great, you know that, you know, it can record quite well in quite a windy day. And it's about 15 to 20 mile an hour winds today. That's what the BBC is saying. They were saying 15 to 16. You know, I think it's like slightly more at certain times. It's died down a little bit now, but I think when it's quite windy, I think it's probably at least 20 mile an hour winds, because I was riding my bike today and the wind was really quite strong when I was riding. I was only able to do about 14 mile an hour, and that was into a headwind, so it was like dropping my speed down a bit. But anyway, folks, if this is all I'm going to do with this mic. I will say one other thing quickly to you. If you're a regular to my channel, you know that I kind of cover travel, mainly travel, bit of fashion, lifestyle. I am off to Italy next week. I'm off on Monday to Rimini for 4 days. So I'll be taking the Ace Pro and the Rode Wireless ME. So I'll be giving it a good test out there. And you can expect, as usual, for me to be posting, you know, quite a lot of travel videos on things I find interesting, and I will try and do a quick travel guide as well. And the Ace Pro, if you watched my kind of like, I wouldn't call it a review, just a kind of, I wanted to point out a few things when I was in Spain about the Ace Pro, why I thought it was probably the best travel blogging camera out there. You know, it makes it so easy to record videos on, because you can basically pause the recording and then come back into it later, and you can actually stop the recording, take a whole lot of photos for some more video, and then go back in and then restart the recording again, which is just saves you so much time in post-production, because basically I don't have to waste time now with, you know, going through spending hours on DaVinci Resolve, cutting and pasting, you know, videos, and that. It's so, you know, it's really kind of enhanced my channel and made me able to make videos a lot quicker and post a lot more videos. So I'm going to leave it out here now, and let me just show you how windy it is. This tree's just, the wind's kind of picked up here, and you can see, I'll just come over to this tree here, and you can see, yeah, so this, you can see how windy it is here. You can see these trees are, you know, being blown about quite a lot. Tops of these trees are really, you know, waving about. These trees down here. So it's really not a very nice day in London, but that's what it is. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. So as usual, if you're a regular to my channel watching, and if you're new to my channel, or this is, you know, you just found it because you're interested in the Rode Wireless ME. It would really help the channel if you would like and subscribe. And I will see everybody on the next video, which will most probably be in Rimini, Italy. And have a good weekend.